Hello, friends. I was testing my audio earlier. You should be able to hear me. Hopefully all is going well. Actually, I'm just gonna keep the one in. I think that works out best usually for me. But hey, hi. Hey, hi. Welcome. Welcome, friendos. I'm gonna just, give y'all a minute. I just did the thing, put out all the stuff on all my social medias, all that good fun stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for that to kind of do a thing, and then we'll go from there, and it'll be great. So exciting. There's actually kind of a lot to go over today, which is kind of fun. It's been a while since I've had a lot to kind of go over, so I know the last few times I've been on here has very much been I'm gonna hope that I have enough topics to talk about, and hopefully I ramble long enough, which today I know I can ramble long enough. Hey, how's it going? Hello, welcome to stream. I'm just letting everybody kind of settle in for the minute, because, we're just starting out our day. Well, I mean, I'm about ending mine. This is very much like a detox sort of, hey, I'm just gonna sit and chat and, have my 1 second of social media, shit. Interaction. I was like, what's the words? Yeah, that's gonna be it. But yeah. Hey, hi, welcome everybody. Hello. I think I've got all the dumb, stupid stuff out, all the dumb, stupid places. I think we should be good. Hopefully. I'm just letting it kind of take a minute. Oh boy. Yeah. I'm gonna do the thing, go up. And I'm gonna go here and do this and call that a day, and I feel comfortable. Okay, so I'm actually gonna do something kind of actually like what I did at for New Year's, as kind of like a look back of like, hey, this is what happened at New Year's, wow, so exciting, and kind of do like a recap review that way. I basically have that for Anime Expo. It's actually kind of why I'm a little late getting on stream, is because my photos were not syncing, so it gets to be fun. I have no idea what order they're actually in until we actually, scroll through half of them, because I didn't want to take the time to rename any of them or do anything like that, so kind of have a few different people, kind of going through, but hey, welcome! Thanks for following, I appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm basically going back through doing a recap review, something sort of like that, where we're just gonna run through all the photos, gonna, do the whole shebang. And unfortunately, thank you so much, I appreciate it. Bless your soul, I appreciate you. I'm really sad that I didn't catch you at AX, and I'm really sad I had to back out of our plans, but I'm really hoping to work on things with you in the near future. I know we got some shoots planned that I'm working on. So we're at least going there. We're at least there for that. But yeah, so I'm gonna, jump in whenever. We're gonna kind of go from there and see how it goes. Do the thing. So I actually get to change my whole setup to do this today. I don't often get to do that, because a lot of times when I'm streaming, my stuff is very much just, hey, I'm here to talk for the longest, 2 hours of my life. And that's always a lot of fun. But yeah, so that's kind of how it goes. Yeah, tired as hell at AX. Agreed. I'm surprised that you managed to make it, that you did all your stuff, with how it went, because for a while there, I wasn't sure you were gonna make it, and then, you know, I saw you guys, you know, do the Konosuba group, which someday. But I'm glad to see all the photos and stuff that have come out from it, because I think it looks awesome. I think you guys nailed it, and I am super happy it managed to work itself out. But yeah, still had to work that night. Jesus Christ. No, thank you. Nope, I'm good. I mean, admittedly, I kind of double did my job as well. I actually worked my actual job Monday morning, and then had about an hour to get ready, and then I worked the booth at Anime Expo. So I was at least able to work remotely, which was really nice, because otherwise I actually would have had to be in the office in order for me to check mail and do checks and stuff. I basically was like, look, I have this once, you know, it feels like once in a lifetime opportunity to work something, and at one of the biggest cons, and I was like, I'm going to make it work, and you're just gonna have to deal with me. So they were really good about, you know, being, hey, as long as you've got stuff covered, as long as you'll be here, you know, something, people are able to, you know, get in contact with you, it's totally fine. So it all worked out on my end, thank God. Off next weekend, yeah. So I am thinking I might head to San Diego Comic-Con. I haven't been. I am still very much in, like, post-con depression from AX. I'm very much in the mindset of I don't have it in me to exert that kind of energy and be around that large of a crowd again. But I'm like, it's also San Diego Comic-Con. I haven't been. I know it's gonna be a really fun time. So, God, I'm probably just gonna suck it up and just make it. Probably just for the weekend, though. I don't think I would go, you know, like that Thursday, Friday. I'd probably really only show up like Saturday, Sunday, if I do go. Admittedly, that's still kind of up in the air. But, you know, I have about a week to figure it out. So that's fun. I can't wait. I can't wait to do that. But yeah, so that's kind of been about it. So I'm actually gonna pop over to my cute little slideshow. And I guess we'll, you know, go over and talk about Anime Expo, because it was a lot of fun. I'm just gonna go hike at the beach. Honestly, yes. Yeah, so I'm actually talking to Rebel about going, and us figuring out some space to be in and exist. So we're gonna try and figure that out. But as it stands currently, I'm just gonna move this just over. Okay, we should be good there. I feel better. Just snooping. Hey, you're catching me actually on a really good day. Basically what I did for New Year's. I'm running through all of our photos from Anime Expo, so I'm thanks for providing me content. But yeah, I'm basically just gonna like flip through all of the photos and stuff and talk about them. I didn't reorder any of them, I didn't rename any of them, so like I'm gonna have things from like day 4 and then day 2 and then maybe day 1 and then maybe day 2. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Admittedly, I did not add a lot of party items. I've got a lot of videos from the party, but video never works out well for me, so I'm gonna like not do that today. But yeah, so I'm just gonna pop over and do that, and yeah, it's a blast. I enjoy doing these ones. These ones are a lot of fun. So I'm gonna flip over to the thing and do the thing and hope and pray that this is still functioning. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Do the thing. Yeah, we're doing the thing. All right, hell yeah. I was a little concerned that this was not actually going to function for the longest time. I was sitting there and I was like, oh no. So I was actually also testing this on my downtime while I am late getting here. So yeah, again, I'm late because my photos weren't syncing. they took forever to download, and I was like, I gotta shove everything in a folder, so I've got everything in a folder. Unfortunately, it does not include any of my photo shoots from before Anime Expo or my photo shoots after Anime Expo. Because I'm a psychopath and do both. Basically, small recap, I did a photo shoot like the week of Anime Expo, the weekend of, a few days before, and got a set shot for Cosplay Deviants, and then I also got some other fun content shot. And so I got the CD set back. I'm just now kind of waiting to whenever I want to submit it and pray. And then before Anime Expo, like the day before Anime Expo, I went with you and we did a photo shoot at a studio. Holy shit, that studio. I have words and I don't actually I don't even know where to start with that studio. That was a whole ass hot mess. But yeah, I'm excited to see Rin. I can't wait. So I shot one CD set there. We were there for a little bit longer. I probably could have shot another set, but admittedly, I was like, do I really want to do this to myself? Do I really want to do this to the other people that are here? And I said no. So you're welcome. And basically from there, hold on, I'm gonna, I just want to adjust this just real fast. Thanks. So I opted to not do anything for that because that would have sucked. And admittedly, I'm actually kind of glad that we were able to get in a set for another model, because I think that's always really nice being able to see that and, you know, help out friends and stuff for their content building. So, yeah. I never had the order of a studio. Yeah. Yeah. So this studio that we were at is also the living space of this person. So they not only live there, but they also rent it out as a studio space. So they have full amenities, full bathroom, full kitchen, full functioning everything, full functioning TV, whole shebang. But it also functions as a studio space, and they basically set up, it's essentially 3 different sets. There's a classroom, there's a tatami mat, and then there's kind of like this retro, kind of like vintage living room. I think the word to describe is also very much pack rat. It's borderline hoarder, but it's pretty up there. Holy shit. But yeah, having to move any of the studio or having to move any of the stuff in that studio made me want to cry. So I was like, I'm gonna avoid it for a minute. We're good. But admittedly, I would still totally shoot there again because I don't have those sets really at any other studio places. So admittedly, I can't complain. I'm still gonna go back. But yeah, so shot a week before, and then shot the day before, the night before, and then we jump into Anime Expo day 1, which is where we have my day 1 costume. I did Atako from Azura Lane. Hello! Oh my gosh, thank you so much! Thank you! Thank you so much for subbing. I appreciate you. But yeah. Someone used the retro spot. Admittedly, I think the retro spot would be really cool, but goddamn, do you have to fine-tune oranges. Because it's so retro, it's very much that orange, yellow, brown color scheme. And that makes that really difficult to, like, plan costumes. So, there's a way to do it. I really like the furniture that's in it. I'm gonna make it work. I just really like my studios. I can't explain it, but I love my studios. So I'll probably still be back. I'll probably still figure something out for all of those sets, because Lord knows I think I brought 5 costumes because I was like, okay, we have it for 6 hours. There's 2 photographers. We can manage. We could do that. And then I know how fast I shoot, and I was like, oh, that's not going to be a problem. I took a little longer to get there. I had to carry some shit. I had to do my makeup there because I was also coming from work. And then by the time we got there, I was kind of waiting to see what was going to go on. Nothing really happened, so it was what it was. Studios are fun, but prefer shoot locations. I can agree to an extent. I think if you're doing large groups, definitely the group shoots are so much better locations. Because trying to wrangle more than like 3 people in a studio is kind of a nightmare. So anything other than that, it's a nightmare. It's a bad time. But I think if you've got like less than that, or you're kind of like really fine tuning, like, hey, this character works specifically in this space, I think this would be a really good, opportunity. I think then studios definitely work really well, but not for a lot of people. Don't ask for a lot of people at a studio. It just does not. It doesn't function very well. So I will agree with that logic. But yeah, so studios, did 2 studios before, hit AX, day 1. Thank you so much! Thanks for rating! I appreciate you. I know rating isn't exactly the most exciting thing, but I don't get them very often, so thank you so much. Thanks, Moon! Hello, friends. Hello, everybody. Yeah, I'm just going over Anime Expo, because Anime Expo happened... God, it was like 2 weeks ago now, and I still haven't recovered. I'm still very much in post-con depression. Oh my god. So, but yeah, Anime Expo, whole hot mess, super excited to go, super excited to be there, glad I got the opportunity to be there for what it was, because I don't think I will actually really attend Anime Expo as, like, an attendee anymore. It's always chaotic. Anime Expo is expected to be chaotic. It's a nightmare. But it tends to be a nightmare for like day 1. Day 1 is always the worst. It's always the most packed. Everybody makes sure that they get there super early. Nobody does lines. Nobody does anything, like that. So day 1 is always the day that everybody complains about. And that's the day that we see on, like, internet posts of, like, oh my god, Anime Expo did blah, 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 blah. It's always about day 1. Day 2, they figure their shit out a little bit. People are like, okay, day 1's done. I don't have to, be rushing for anything exclusive. I don't have to do anything, along those lines. So day 2 is a little bit easier. The lines are a little easier. Things have kind of gotten figured out. Day 3 is actually pretty streamlined. Most everything then has lines. Most everybody is, kind of showing up a little bit later, or they are staggering their times a little bit better. It definitely functions a lot easier. Day 4 is very much the DGAF kind of day, and you're lucky if you see most people that day, because the con closes early. Most things are ending relatively early, so yeah, it isn't bad. It's not a bad con. It's just you have to know what you're walking into, and unfortunately, when you hear everybody complain about Anime Expo, it's them complaining about day 1, not about the full con. So unfortunately, you kind of latch onto the day 1 as, oh, that's how the entire con is, when it is, but it's not. It's a little bit of a hot mess, but admittedly, it's totally fine. Yeah, I think working AX, yeah, definitely ruins that fantasy. Being a volunteer for AX, those are the smartest people. Holy shit. But yeah, after working Anime Expo the past 2 years, admittedly, I don't know if I want to go back to not working it. So I'm really struggling with that, in like my own bubble, but admittedly, I don't have to worry about it till next year. That's very much a future me problem. Current me is just very happy to have gotten the opportunity. So, anyway, Yeah. I'm hoping that I get to keep working. Admittedly, I don't think it would be terribly hard to. Thankfully, I'm one of the local models for the company for Cosplay Deviants, and usually they try and hire in a local to do the convention, since you have, the local pull. So I wouldn't complain if I kept going back for that. I mean, I'm even in the same boat with ALA, where I don't even want to go to ALA as like an attendee. I would rather very much go work it. So, I don't know. It's being an attendee after working is so much different. Being a con goer, outside of being like, hey, I'm working this shift, I'm doing this, I'm doing, these different panels, these different things. So different. So weird, but super cool nonetheless. I still like going to my cons even if I'm not working them. A lot of the local ones around here I will often just go to because I'm like, hey, it's a con weekend, I might as well. I think the only other development I ever did, other than, working a booth for Cosplay Deviants or Conqueror Games, was I actually was doing panels. And doing my first panel not terribly long ago was so much fun. And I would love to get the chance to do those more again, because I can sit here and I talked everybody's ear off for an hour. And I did it, and it was great. So I'm definitely looking forward to kind of doing stuff like that again. But yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate you for stopping by. Thank you. It's good to see you and to talk to you. I know I don't get the chance to often pop by and see you too often anymore, but I hope all is going well on your end, and, thanks for stopping by, and thanks for rating. I appreciate it, and go give the cats lots of scritches. I miss having cats. They are so good. Pure beans. But yeah, so, anyway, yeah, Anime Expo. It's a blast. So, I'm gonna move on from this photo because this photo. Sorry, I have my cameras flipped. So I'm gonna move on from this photo because I'm sure we're tired of staring at it. But yeah, this was my day one costume. We did cat girls. I know she's not exactly a cat girl. I know she's a fox girl, but I was like, I want cat ears. So I got really cool cat ears, and yeah, that's kind of how it went. So from here, what's my next photo I got on this lovely album? Oh, items that I got. So somebody that stops by the Cosplay Deviant booth. Oh, thank you so much for following. Thank you. Thanks for checking out stream and doing the thing. I need to move that. But thank you. Thanks for checking out stream. Thanks for, popping by and doing the thing. Just recapping Anime Expo. I'm literally on my second photo. I have, 50 to get through. But yeah, my AX recap that I have been holding very close to my chest. I just posted about it on all of my social medias. Just did the whole thing. Yeah, we're finally talking about it because I'm at a point where I need to let it go. I can't let it sit on my chest anymore. So yeah. So anyway, we have one of the Cosplay Deviants. One of our, friends, fans, locals, comes by the booth most every year, and he is the sweetest human being one of the sweetest human beings in existence, and he usually will stop by and will give each of the models something. Admittedly, I don't know where, I don't know why. I appreciate it nonetheless, but this was my haul from all of the stuff, and I honestly couldn't have asked for really a whole lot better. So I got a print for Kazuha from Genshin, and I actually have a Kokomi print that's also done by the same artist, which is super awesome. And then we got Fischl, and then we got Marin, and then we got X23. And then I got little stickers and little books, and it was actually super fun me and Starlis, we did a rock, paper, scissors best 2 out of 3. And basically it was to fight over a Shinobu figure, which admittedly I'm okay. I went and I bought a Shinobu figure. Let me pull her out back here. She's actually really cool. She's actually a bookend. So she's actually a bookend. I can actually take her and slot this as kind of like a book keep, and it's really cool. So I'm excited. This is my little Shinobu figure. But other than my girl back here, oh god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to drop you. But then essentially the other one that we were fighting over was this cute Mona. We have a Mona, and I built her, and she is so cute, and I love her so much. But yeah, it was basically between the Mona and the Shinobu, and I could not be more pleased. I've been thinking about cosplaying Mona for the longest time. I just haven't gotten around to it. Genshin characters can take over my life, and I'm learning very quickly to not let them take over my life. Because admittedly, I don't think I'm ever going to be satisfied with a Genshin cosplay. Ever. So yeah, so I got stuff for Shinobu, and it was super fun. I really loved it. And yeah, so it's really cool having people stop by the booth and, you know, give cute little things. And then I think I even got cute little charms and stuff, and my god, it was wonderful. It was great getting stuff. Day 2, this was my Tamari. Cats wanting now to be picked up. Oh, babies. Oh, I love the cats. The cats are so good. I only bought a sticker and CD album. Admittedly, that's not a bad haul. I can't complain. I'm glad you even stopped by the booth. I know you caught me this day, Pathfinder, when I was walking around. So this day, we were doing essentially harness Naruto waifus. So we definitely were pushing the 18 plus boundary. I think I definitely pushed it a little more than most. Admittedly, I probably should have had pasties, and I said no. Because none of my stuff was moving, and I was like, perfect. So before I actually started my shift, I was actually walking around in my Sailor Saturn blanket and was trying to do all my shopping. So I'm sitting here, and I was like, okay, I'm in Tamari, I've got Sailor Saturn on, and then I've got just like Naruto shoes on. And I know I was confusing the hell out of people. But it was so much fun. This was probably one of my more anticipated days I was looking forward to, because I haven't done a Naruto cosplay. And doing one finally, I was like, oh, I fulfilled a dream. But yeah, I was not cold that day. My stuff was chillin'. I was great. They held together. But yeah, it's honestly, I'm glad you even stopped by the booth. I appreciate it. I'm glad I ran into you like an hour before I had to get to my shift. But yeah, Sailor Scout Naruto Girls mashup. That would be really difficult, because I don't know if you would want the Naruto girls in Sailor Scout outfits, or if you would want the Sailor Scouts in Naruto outfits. That you would have to discuss, and I think that is definitely a worthy conversation to have. But yeah, so pushing our bounds for 18 plus, since we were in the 18 plus area. So basically we all went with like some sort of harness, some sort of bikini, some sort of lots of skin. And so I am being held together by like this much fabric. I actually had a really cool idea for this outfit, and I'm kind of sad I didn't get the chance to do it. But looking back on it, I don't know if I would have had the chance to. So she's got the black stripes. Essentially, I was going to make them look like Shikamaru's ninjutsu, because, you know, he does the shadow stuff. So I was gonna put, like, handprints on my body because I thought that was gonna be awesome. And I could basically, like, have the hand come out from where the little stripes of black come from. That would have taken so long to do if I didn't have, like, a stencil or something. Plus, I would be a little concerned about it rubbing off. So, admittedly, I am okay missing that opportunity, but if it happens again, I'm totally doing it. Because, god damn it, if that isn't fucking awesome. So, yeah, day 2 looks. I think I've got photos of us doing more of our Naruto stuff. Had a blast outside and hang out and shooting. And, yeah, I think a lot of people definitely did that this year. I think more people were very much outside, you know, in the garage doing that stuff. And it was great weather. It was great weather to do that. I couldn't complain. Day 2, this was the party. We were getting ready for the Cosplay Deviant after party. I stopped to take some selfies with Starlis and Smod. This happened to be one of them. So I went as Pyra from Xenoblade Chronicles because bless her fucking soul. And then Starlis did Byleth from Fire Emblem. I had the hardest time deciding between, am I gonna stick with my themes and do Fire Emblem? Or am I gonna do the thing that I really am passionate about and do Xenoblade right now? I settled on Xenoblade. It's not settling, but I settled on Xenoblade because I was like, look, nobody's gonna do Xenoblade. Nobody's gonna pull out those stops for it. I think everybody's more likely to pick a more mainstream character. Let me go for, like, the down, dirty, I know Xenoblade 3 just, you know, had its huge success. People are still talking about it. And I was like, this is the time. We're gonna bring her out. So I put together this outfit. I'm not kidding. The night before Anime Expo. The night before, I was packing and heading out. I had my mom help me hot glue some stuff to my thighs to make sure that my stockings were gonna stay up. I have no idea how those managed to stay up all night. But yeah, so party looks, I think, yeah. And so there's Smod. She did Toad, which I think is wonderful. She was having a blast doing, like, the Toad really high-pitched scream. And God, it was so funny, and I wanted to hear it so bad, but goddamn, if our music wasn't just too loud to not be able to hear the screams. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think all of us definitely enjoyed doing this theme. We all definitely got really creative with our looks. So, tell her I said hi. Tell her I said hi. Yeah, it did take the crowd a little bit to get going, but admittedly that's because we opened the doors early, so that way people could have time, get their drinks, and then they could, you know, just kind of filter in, and we could still be doing, because otherwise we start at 10, and the room takes forever to get full because the line is always really backed up outside. So this year we decided to open up a little bit early, kind of have like a soft open, get everybody coming in, but once everybody got in, it was a great time. I think everybody had a great time. So, but yeah, honestly, you should do Xenoblade with me one of these days. There's enough girls that go together. There's enough of them. I can keep doing Pyra and you can pull together Mithra, or we can do some of the Xenoblade 3 girls. And, you know, maybe even throw in some Nia in there somewhere, or, you know, just have a really good time with Xenoblade, because, God, peak perfection. Yeah, like being in a cosplay group for a con. I think they're a lot of fun when you're able to do groups, because then you don't feel like you're terribly one-off, and, you know, you can easily find other people. Next one doing is Tengen and his wives. Hell yeah. I am so glad I got the chance to do Tengen and wives. I don't think I've posted photos of me doing Makio because, admittedly, I It was a set and it didn't get taken, and now I'm kind of like burned by the whole costume. So I think eventually I'll get around to doing another Demon Slayer Tengen Wives shoot, but not for a little bit, not for a while. But yeah, Machio for a group, honestly, perfect casting. Couldn't ask for anything better. So I hope that goes well. All right, I'm gonna move on to our next photos. So this was day 3. This was swimsuit day. So swimsuit day. God, I had several that I was gonna do. So I had a lot of very interchangeable costumes that I was thinking about doing, because I was thinking about doing Pyra's swimsuit outfit. I was thinking about doing Power's swimsuit outfit. I was thinking about pulling out Shinobu for swimsuit, but then I was thinking about pulling out Shinobu for our PJ day, and like, I had a lot of costumes that like had a lot of the similar pieces, and I was like, no, let me figure something out a little bit better. So I went with Marin, because she's very much waifu material, and I think that worked out really well. I was really happy with it. And then we've got Starlis doing Caitlyn, which that's such a stupid cute outfit. I really liked it. It's cute. But yeah, that was day 3. Day 3 was our swimsuit day, so we had a good variety of swimsuits. Everybody did something totally different. I do believe that Smod and Starless, you guys did Caitlyn and Miss Fortune. So you guys were together. It just sucks you guys weren't on the same, like, shift. I think that's the only thing that I'm like, because that would have been really cool, to, you know, get photos with the two of you guys doing the same sort of costume skins. But anyway, that's okay. So yeah, Marin, she cute. I really enjoy doing Marin. I did a photo shoot with her, and she's really comfy. She's really easy. Granted, her wig is kind of a hot mess, and fuck putting in her piercings, and I didn't put on her nails, because I actually did my nails for Anime Expo, and I was like, I don't want to have claws. I'm good. And then have to, like, peel them off the night that I'm done with them. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. That's hard to do. So, anyway, I did Marin. I did it without her contacts, without her piercings, without her nails, and I was like, I'm still cosplaying Marin, but I'm doing comfy Marin. So, I opted for something a little bit easier. Day 4 was pajama day, so I did Lux from League of Legends. I have wanted to do the PJ Guardians for fucking ever. I think it was actually last year that my costumes finally had this stupid costume on sale. It wasn't on sale by a lot, but it was on sale, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get it. So I had actually originally wanted to do Miss Fortune for it, but then I started thinking about it, and I was like, no. Admittedly, I'm very much more of a Lux, like, more shape, stature, you know, the whole shebang. I kind of fit the small aesthetic. So I was like, I'll go with Lux. So I'm glad I was able to pull out Lux, because that group has never worked. I don't think anybody has any of the stuff for it. So, hey, thanks so much for following. I appreciate you checking out stream. But yeah, so PJ Day, I went around again. I had the afternoon shift for this, so I kind of went around and did a little bit more shopping. I actually checked out Entertainment Hall. And it was hot. So I was in the full outfit. It's basically a, like, dress with, like, a little petticoat with some, pants and slippers. I took off my pants as soon as I got to the booth. And I think that was such a smart move. 'Cause I liked having the pajama pants, but God, it got hot. So I opted to just kind of rip them off and call it a day, and I'm glad I did. I think it still looks super cute without them, so it was a lot of fun. Pajama day was super cute, super adorable. Honestly, being comfy the last day of con is so nice. I don't have to get dressed up in full garb. I don't have to, do anything super terribly exciting. I basically can just throw on some pajamas and be like, yo, I'm cosplaying. So, that's what we did. I found these in the entertainment hall, and I really wanted to get them because I thought they were going to be adorable to pass out to my team, because it's just bunnies and thongs. I thought they were cute. I'm really sad I wasn't able to get any of them. I'm terrible at crane games. I didn't used to be, but I haven't played them in a very long time. But also, this crane and these bunnies are very bouncy. So the minute that you hit one of them, it bounced the claw to move the claw, which sucked. But yeah, I was really hoping to get some bunnies and thongs for the team, but instead I just have a memento of a photo of what could have been. Hey, did you know that I had a full 8-foot poster of me hanging on the booth? Fun fact, I actually got to take that home. I got to cut out that whole section of me. And that was so cool. Single-handedly probably one of the coolest experiences is getting to have something like that. And I mean, I have it right here, and it is just packed. But I'm trying to figure out what to do with it. I was thinking about turning it into a blanket because I think that would be really cool. So I've actually got the big Cosplay Deviants logo, and then my panel, and then the just plain, just Cosplay Deviants over and over again panel. So I actually took home 3 panels. And I'm trying to figure out what to do with it. I don't have the slightest idea. Blanket was the most that I could think of. But I think because it actually hangs, I might actually have it be like when I actually get a studio for a lot of this stuff, for my streaming, for my cosplay, whatever, I'm just gonna put that shit up on the wall and have that be my backdrop for stream, because that is peak perfection. Yeah, it was so good. So I actually reached out to our owner and I was like, hey, I know you like using my Jessie as all of my promos and things. Granted, she's 2 years old at this point. I have other things. Can I have other things? So he was like, yeah, sure, thanks for bringing it to my attention. I'll know for next time, whatnot. So then I got a message from him, and he's like, hey, I know you mentioned about not wanting to use Jessie for things. Can I pull from a set that hasn't gone live yet? And I was like, totally. I'm not pulling anything from you. So feel free. You could totally use it. So then we saw the promo photos of what the God, what is it? It's our booth background, booth banner, whatever, and we saw it actually being printed, and I saw the photo and I was like, oh, that's such a good photo. So I had to make sure that I stopped and got a photo of me with me, because that's really a once in a lifetime experience. I don't know how often I'm going to get the chance to work this booth and how often we're going to have this as a booth layout. So I was so excited about it. Met you at the booth and party. Hey, thanks. Yeah, Pyra was a hit. For the people that knew, the people knew. Otherwise, I had to just explain myself as, hey, I cosplayed the girl in red because I was nothing but red. So that was fun. But yeah, so I took photos with me at the booth. You can actually see Smod, kind of a little bit in that background right there. But yeah, it was really cool. I really like this set. I'm really excited for when the set goes live. Which I'm hoping it'll actually be sooner rather than later, since we're kind of doing stuff with it. So we'll see what happens. So Yeah. Okay, I can't pull this photo. See, I didn't test it. I didn't test what was going on with these photos. It just doesn't want to work. Jam. I'm now back to day one. MahouMelon, she actually stopped by the booth. She came down for Anime Expo, was there all 4 days, checked in with us, and she's a wonderful being. I appreciate her. I'll get to my stories of my photo shoot after Anime Expo because it was actually with her. So it was super cute. She's a sweetheart. I'm really glad I got the chance to meet her. But yeah, so you've got me on day one doing Atako, and then you've got Starlis who is doing Cat Lucy, and then you've got Mahu. And yeah, I mean, she ended up taking these photos. She came by the booth each day. I think this is the only photo I have with her, admittedly, for most of AX. So I was like, I want to throw her out there. I want to, give her a little bit of fun. So again, she's a sweet bean. I appreciate her. Wonderful human being. I was waiting for my shift. So this was actually before the con opened. Me and Starlis were working the afternoon shift, and basically I was needing breakfast. So we sat down, I grabbed some tea, I grabbed a muffin, kind of didn't really drink or eat either of them. But basically I was just like double checking, making sure that everything was going well. I think at this point I was fixing my bangs because I had a middle part for my wig this day, and the middle part was working, except that I had like a piece that, like, for whatever reason would always part. And I was trying to figure out ways to kind of make it not, or, make it work really well. So she caught me fixing it, doing selfies and stuff. So thanks. Thanks for the peak BTS. I appreciate it. Day two, these were our Naruto outfits. So we've got Tsunade, Tamari, Sakura, and, shit. I'm totally blanking on her name. What is her name? Yeah. Conan. Yeah. I totally spaced. Sorry, my bad. It's been so long. But yeah, so I was not part of this shift. I was there early because I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna walk around. So I wanted to make sure I got up, got ready, did the whole thing. So this was our outfits for that day. I think this is actually kind of what got posted on social media. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Hey, welcome, friendos. It's okay, she's not super. She's not, but she's probably in one of, like, the more impactful, like, story arcs and story beats with Pain. Because I really like that arc. I really like it a lot. But yeah, so this was us pushing our 18 plus boundaries for the day, very much being in like a, hey, we're gonna do some stuff, being some more fun, skin friendly clothing. So yeah, it was fun. I think the other two, we had a Hinata and Ino. So they worked the afternoon shift with me. Unfortunately, I just didn't get photos. I realized I didn't get, like, any photos with Usatame. I didn't get any photos with Supernova or with Zephos. Like, I sucked at getting photos. Thank God for Starlis and Smod, because otherwise I don't think I would have near the photos I have. Thanks, guys. But yeah, it is definitely nice to have the 18 plus area, and especially for us doing kind of what we do, where we can push the nude, but not necessarily have it, like, front and center. Like, we can still tease it out. So I think it's really nice to have that 18 plus area, and I think it actually benefits us quite a bit. So I think we'll probably stay in the 18 plus area for the next ever. I don't think AX will let us be outside of it, so, you know, whatever works. Just another angle. I don't know, yeah, I think we were ready for this one. I think this was kind of us in mid-moving. So yeah, this was the booth banner. So I was hiding behind one of the pillars, but admittedly, I can't complain. I think my favorite story that I was hearing about this is people were actually coming up to Smod's, middle panel, and was just slapping her ass each time they walked by. I think that was that was really fun to know, as people were going by. So, I think I got a bit more, yeah. I think they did. I think things definitely got a bit more lenient when they started blocking off the 18 plus. Admittedly, there's still booths that are in the 18 plus that are still also in the main exhibit hall, which I think is a little weird. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, love the free card deck. Ooh. Oh, we were giving out free decks. Admittedly, did you also get a ticket that day? If you got a ticket that day at the booth, I think we were also doing free stuff for that. So that's probably where your card deck came from. But yeah, it was really cool. The booth setup that we had was really awesome. I really enjoyed it. Again, this was us, our, full Naruto get-ups. We're just doing the thing. This card deck. Yeah. Yeah, I think the card decks were really cool. I really like them. I can, we all sign, we all do the thing. But yeah, so more Naruto day. More Naruto day. Swimsuit day. So we had Usatame do Kawakami, and then Starlis did Caitlyn, and then I did Marin. I was having, apparently, my wig was not wanting to do anything. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for subbing. I appreciate it. Thank you, friendo. I appreciate you. Yeah, this was day 3, so this was us after the party. And we're all hobbling. We are kind of out of voices. We're done. We're done this day. I think I was actually out of my voice after the first day. So day 2, I was talking, and admittedly, it's probably because of the customer service voices, because all of us kind of go into customer service mode, when we're talking to people, and so talking at a little bit higher of a range, and also, making sure that it sounds super pleasant all the time, and oh my god, thank you so much for coming to view us, and, see all of our stuff. I really appreciate you stopping by. I'm over it by that time. I cannot do customer service like that without losing my voice. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thanks for stopping by. I just went over your photo, the single photo that I have with you, from AX that I know of. I'm pretty sure we took other photos, but the one photo that I know, that we did. And I think we actually took more because you were also doing Shizuku the day that I was doing Marin. And, it didn't even hit me that we were both doing Marin that day. And so when you asked for photos, I was like, yeah, sure, totally. And then, then it hit me, and I was like, oh, we're from the same thing. Oh my god. So that was a lot of fun, but yeah. It was a lot of fun. Swimsuits were great. Swimsuit day is actually really nice, especially for it being hot and, AX not having the ventilation, not doing the stuff. So swimsuits, great day. But yeah, my voice, totally done at this point because we did the party a few hours before this. And I know I was struggling there. So I have to get those photos and send them. Yeah! If you get the chance to, that would be totally awesome. You can pop them in wherever, you can send them to me, however. I know I'm notoriously bad about not taking photos during cons. So I'm very much a gremlin taking everybody else's photos today to review everything. But yeah, I know I need to get better about that. I actually brought one of my my Polaroid cameras, and I was gonna do photos and make sure that we took like a shift photo each day. I don't know where my Polaroid camera went during the con. I found it afterwards. I don't know where it went during the con, so I didn't get any photos like that, which kind of bummed me out, but it works. So, yay. So, got that, did the thing. My voice was shot day 3. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard doing all of that kind of in the same thing, but yeah, more photos. I think this was our Instagram photo, and then this was our actual photo. And then speaking of the party, this was our party. So we've got some of our swags, some of our drinks and stuff. I think it's really cool that the venue actually puts together like drinks for us. I think that's super sweet, and kind of makes the experience a little bit more fun. You know what? I'm glad that you're even here on this chat. You always manage to make it to stream when I'm like halfway done, or I've been shit talking you, or I need help with some prop. So I'm glad it's none of those things today. I'm glad you actually made it of your own accord. So yay! Thanks for stopping by. I'm glad that I finally have a mod on a stream. Sometimes it's difficult working streams without mods. Yeah, but yeah, the party was a lot of fun. We definitely enjoyed it. Was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was a lot, and I feel like this party vibe was a lot different than previous vibes. This one, we actually did quite a few different things, so we had 4 DJs instead of 2. We were doing giveaways through it. We weren't necessarily dancing for tips, but when you typically dance for tips, it's very much like I'm gonna be like super sexy on stage. No, we were just dancing and goofing off and just having a really good time on stage. And I'm hoping that actually came across pretty well. I know there was a few times where I tried getting a little bit more into it with some of the other people on stage with me, and as soon as I did it, I was like, oh no, this is not what the crowd wants from us, because we were even doing some stuff and hyping everybody, and as far as it went, party was great. Party was a fun time, can't complain. But yeah, party was fun. Yeah, you should have come up on stage next time you come to any of the Deviants parties. If you ever want to come up on stage, just find Troy or find us or whatever the case is, and we will totally get you up there. That was something that, we ended up bringing All-Nighter up on stage, and that was a lot of fun. Thankfully, they were there to help provide a little bit, because with our small skeleton crew that were working the party, it was really nice to have other people come up on stage. So don't worry if you're shy. I don't know if you know, I'm very shy myself. I'm very much an introvert. I am very much exist in a perpetual state of customer service extrovert mode when I'm working cons and I'm at cons. And it is the most bizarre, because the minute I'm home, I'm like, no, I'm good. Please stay away. So it's I know where you're coming from. I know exactly how it feels. I'm right there with you. If I didn't have to dance on stage, I probably would not. Because your girl does not dance. I might understand rhythm, but that's about all that I understand. I do not dance. I do not dance at all. So, if I didn't have to be on stage, I probably wouldn't be. I would probably be doing something else. But admittedly, stage is where things tend to exist, where they happen. So, I don't mind popping on stage, as long as everybody understands that they're not going to get some really awesome dance moves out of me, because, it's not happening. But yeah, honestly, Bad Dragons were awesome. They were definitely a highlight. I know that they're always a sponsor for us. In our little swag bags that we were giving out, you got little toys, little toyed Bad Dragons. This year we didn't get any, which sucks. I was hoping in our bags we were going to get some, but we didn't. But that's okay. I can't complain. But yeah, Bad Dragon, we've got a great working relationship with them, and so they like sponsoring us, and so we're able to do those giveaways, and I think those are some of the highlights of the night, is doing those giveaways and seeing people just lose it for a Bad Dragon. Lose it. So, it's fine. But yeah, so party in our swag bags. I liked our swag bags. I think they're really cool. I actually also didn't realize that little swaps for was also a magnet, so I have it on my fridge. I think that's cool. Okay. This was the last day. This was the last day of the con. Con had ended. We all changed. We went back to the hotel room and did the book signings. So for those of you that don't know, basically Anime Expo is used as the launch for one of our books. And this year it was volume 9 of the book. And the really cool thing about it is the volume 9 books at Anime Expo, the ones that we have for that team, they go about signing them for Gen Con, which Gen Con uses as pickup for our Kickstarter that we do for Calendar. So we essentially lug books from one con to another con, and have everybody sign them that work both teams. So when you get the books in for the Kickstarter, for our Calendar Kickstarter, they're always signed by the AX team. So we signed, I think, 150 books doing it this way. I think there was about 150. So yeah, that's a blast. You learn really fast how to shorthand your signature. I'm already pretty fast about my signature, but you definitely learn how to make some shortcuts. And yeah, the ones that are a little bit more dainty with their signatures, you get into a rhythm where you're just and you just said no. But yeah, party was great. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for enjoying the party. Thanks for coming to the party. Hopefully we see you next year at the party. It's definitely a highlight and something that we do every year. As far as I know, we hold it the second day of Anime Expo every year. So definitely check that out. Mark your calendars. Do the whole shebang. Cause yeah, that rolls around every year. We have a party every year. But yeah, that's a lot of signatures, and there's 6 signatures by 150 books. It's a lot of signing. It's a lot of signing by the end of it. But yeah, so this is us just doing the signings, more signings, and then look, it's us at the party. Well, getting ready for the party. So Starlis, me, and Smod. Actually, it should be Starlis, me, and Smod. We did, we got our group photo together, and I think we all look super cute. I didn't even realize until looking here, but we all kind of have different color schemes, and I think that's really cool. That definitely helps tell us apart when we're trying to do stuff. But yeah, party was a lot of fun. I'm really glad I was able to pull out Pyra. I didn't know how I was gonna do it, because I was gonna add, her big scarf things that kind of run off of the back of her costume. I was going to actually make this cross. I actually had it be relatively big, but the resin that I used, it settled in the cookie cutter a little too aggressively, and I was not able to get it out. Otherwise, that would have been transparent. And then the other thing that I was trying to do, but it didn't quite work, is where I had the blue strips on my costume for Pyra's ether. I actually had that as glow-in-the-dark paint originally, because I thought with the lights going and with the certain lights when it would catch, I thought the glow-in-the-dark was going to look so cool. Didn't get the chance to test it. It didn't work out well. So I just put over the blue ribbon and just called it a day. So when I did have like the blue lights on me, that shit shone really good. But yeah, so this was us before the party, before the chaos. You know, I had an hour between closing the shift at the booth and getting into Pyra and being downstairs getting ready for the party. I had an hour. So I used same makeup, same everything. I was just like, I'm just gonna change and throw on my clothes and stuff. And so able to make it work. Thank God. Yeah. Yeah, I think definitely grabbing your full badge for Anime Expo, like, as soon as you can get them is probably a really good way to avoid spending as much money, because I can't believe the prices went as high as they did. That's why I don't think I can ever actually be a, like, attendee anymore. That hurts my soul on so many levels, but that's a neither here nor there. We're jamming, we're doing a thing, but yeah, party. Some more Naruto day. This was us doing some shenanigans in the hotel room, getting some really good photos. Yeah, this was before we went down to the booth. But yeah, that's it. Oh, I didn't change this one. Oh no. This was us for Cat Day. Let me actually rotate it real fast. Cat Day. Our Cat Day, but not Cat Day. So you had Starlis that did Cat Cyber Lucy, and then we had Smod do Y'shtola from Final Fantasy, and then I did Atago. Admittedly, I think Atago had the least skin coverage. Or not the least skin coverage, the most skin coverage. And as I was kind of like going through and like planning out her outfit, I was like, I know I've got like garter belts and they hold up my stockings and stuff, but like, is that gonna be enough? Like, should I be pushing the 18+ envelope a little bit more? And then Smod actually had a great idea of like, well, why don't you like add a harness or something on top of it? And I was like, you know, that'd be a smart move. So I actually got a harness that actually kind of went for my thighs, so I could actually have a sword a sword holder for all of the day. That way, I could have free hands, and I had my sword because God, if she isn't seen with her sword all the time. So that was probably one of the cooler items. That I kind of had to kind of push that envelope just a little bit. But yeah, we were all super cute. You know, this is day one. This is us before our shift. I think this is us at like 8 a.m. Already ready to go, heading down to the booth soon. You know, and we were just hanging out and having a good time. But yeah. Girl, I'm gonna try keep doing event teams. But yeah, I think if you get the chance to, definitely check out coming to AX. I think it's a really cool con. Again, you just have to get past day one. If you can get past day one, you can get past kind of anything. I believe in you. I believe in all of you. But give me 10 seconds. I need a drink. I've been talking a lot. So, it was also stupid, because my can reminded me. The con did not have bottled soda anywhere. Had to figure out ways to chug my dumb can very quickly before I started my shift, because we're not allowed to have cans behind the booth, because they can knock over and they can spill. case in point, that happened. On God, what day was it? Was it day 2 or day 3? I can't remember. But I basically was like, okay, day 1, or the day before, I had a friend bring me a soda for my shift, and basically I had to chug the 16-ounce can, and it's Coke, and Coke is stupid carbonated. And I hated my life for the next 10-15 minutes because I just had air stuck in my chest and there was no way it was moving. And so then the next day I was like, okay. And it was day 2. It was day 2 because I had my Sailor Moon blanket. And I only know because I got a soda before my shift started, and I got through about half of it, and then was like, okay, I'm gonna put it behind the booth, I'm gonna kind of barricade it in to where it's not gonna fall over, there's not gonna be anything, it's not gonna do anything weird. I think I'm about an hour into the shift, and our boss comes around, and he was like, hey, was that Coke can yours? And I was like, yes. He was like, well, it's spilled behind the booth. And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, of course. The one day that I'm like, I swear to God. Because that's my karma. That's absolutely my karma. Doing the stuff that I'm explicitly told no, and I'm like, but what if? And then I get in trouble. Admittedly, it wasn't the worst because I think we caught it pretty early. But we try not to have soda or anything behind the booth. At least open containers behind the booth, because if it spills, it gets into everything, and that's a bad time. So, admittedly, I learned my lesson. What I should have done, and I didn't even think about it until I got home, was I should have brought down my water bottle, and I should have taken my Coke can and just dumped that shit into my water bottle and called it a day. That would have saved everybody. And I don't know why I didn't think of it, but I'm an idiot when it comes to cons. So, anyway, thanks for listening to me derail about me ruining merchandise and stuff because I spilled a can of soda. I don't know why I do these things. Yeah, I've got a plan for next time. I know how to do it. I know how to survive. It was just so stupid that the venue didn't have bottled soda anywhere. All of it was cans. And I was like, why? Why are you doing this to us? But, yeah, it was... It was wild. So, anyway, I'm quickly reading through chat. You survived AX. Yeah, admittedly, you can actually probably make a ribbon. I know out here we've got ribbon cons, where we make stupid things, or get a t-shirt and just put the t-shirt. Perfect. Ask Mira. She'll know how to do that. But yeah. I think one of my favorite parts of AX is definitely getting the chance to go see those official booths and see all the stuff come out. This year they had the really, really cool Ifrit statue. I'm so sad I didn't get photos. But holy shit, that was so cool to see in person. I love seeing all of the stuff that we get like that. And Anime Expo is the perfect floor plan for it. And God, I really like getting the chance to see a lot of that stuff. So it's a lot of fun. Anyway, I'm going to move on from this photo. I'm sure you're kind of over it. Yeah. I did not see it in the evening, and I'm very bummed I didn't. I got to see it once. So we hung out at the hot tub. We were just chilling. After the party, after all of the stuff, your body just hurts. You kind of need a minute, and you can't fit 3 people in a bathtub, so we opted for the hot tub. So we had all of the team come down, everybody hopped in, and, we just sat around and just chatted, and it was a lot of fun being able to, actually not be in costume, could just sit down, could just talk and do all that stuff. And yeah, had some fun. Why does it have to be like this? I went through all these photos. But yeah, we just tired ass showgirls. That's us. We just be tired. We be tired all the time. So yeah, they honestly, they're so nice for a con. I know for me personally, because I'm not used to standing on my feet as often, because I work a 8 to 5 sitting at a desk. I'm not on my feet a lot, and cons, I always end up wearing heels, so I always have blisters. I've learned very quickly to, like, soak my feet in, like, scalding hot water in our bathtub for, like, 10 minutes. And that eases almost all of the pain, for the next day to make everything really nice. So it worked out. It worked out really well. I did that before and after the party. I did it every night, because, yeah, after the first day, I actually had blisters, like, on my pinky toes. That sucked. Thankfully, like, everything from after the first day was, like, open-toed shoes or shoes that weren't as constricting and, you know, had room to breathe. So thank God. Otherwise, that would have sucked ass. But yeah, hot tubs. Hot tubs are definitely a necessity for any con anymore, especially if you're working or, you know, being totally extra doing your stuff. More swimsuit day. Again, I got Marin and we got Caitlin. We're doing the thing. It's stupid cute. Yeah, I think we all kind of wore our worst shoes the first day. I'm notorious for wearing shoes that I've never worn and have never broken in. So for Atago, I had a pair of white heels. Never wore. The beginning of the day, they were too big. By the end of the day, so the beginning of the day, my heels were actually flipping out of the shoes to where I was kind of, like, having to, like, curl my toes, inside the shoe in order to keep it from, like, coming off of my foot and, you know, slipping out of the shoe. By the end of the day, my feet were so swollen. My shoes, like, basically were constricted around my foot. My foot was so swollen. So, yeah, it's basically, it's kind of a running joke now that, like, it's not a con for me if I don't have blisters in some form or fashion. But yeah, I got them right on the top of my pinky toes. Thankfully, I didn't get any on the heels because, shit, that would have sucked. But yeah, definitely having them on my pinky toes sucked. And I don't think there was anything else, but yeah, I think all of us wore, like, the worst shoes the first day. Second day, we were all in, like, flats or, like, Naruto shoes or whatever. Those were really nice. The third day, we were all in sandals the third day. And then the fourth day, I got slippers. I was in cute bunny slippers. I had heels one day. Minus the party. The party, I was also in heels, but they were, like, cute little booties, and I think it was a sizing thing, but I had more space in the shoe to where my feet didn't get constricted by the end of the night. It wasn't rubbing on any of my blisters. They were so comfy. And I think that is one of the only ways that I was able to get through that party. But yeah, this day, I was in sandals. I was in cute, like, little wooden Japanese sandals. But yeah, Marin, Caitlin, you know, shebang, before our shift, before we left. Admittedly, day 3, I think, is the one day I remember the least of. And I think that's because of the party. The party does it. But yeah, Marin, Caitlin, we be cute. We do the thing. Day 4, pajama day. So, Starlis and Smod, they went Gatomon and Patamon, which was stupid cute. Digimon, I have such a soft spot for Digimon. If I had the chance, I definitely like Digimon more than I like Pokemon, Pokemon is just more accessible, which means I have limitless knowledge about Pokemon, and unfortunately I do. I feel like I like the concept a little bit more of Digimon. I like the idea of it a little bit more, but Pokemon is everywhere, and goddamn if I haven't played several of the games for hundreds of hours. But yeah, this was such a cute idea, and you know, they worked the booth together, so it was Gatomon and Patamon, and it was stupid cute getting photos with them. And then here I am being a gremlin, in Lux and being in half costumes. But yeah. I honestly, I am hoping to actually have more Marin come around. I did shoot a Cosplay Deviant set with the swimsuit Marin. I have several other Marin costumes. I've got her nurse outfits. I've got some of the other characters that she does. So I'm hoping for some more Marin because I really like her. So yeah. Hopefully we have more swimsuit content. Yeah. I do think Digimon is definitely catching a second wind. Admittedly, I don't think it really went anywhere to begin with, but I definitely think that it's... I think we're kind of hitting that point where, like, Pokemon just keeps kind of disappointing, and we're kind of trying to find something else, and so, like, we're like, oh, but Digimon's right there. They got really cool stuff going on, and they've always been really popular, so, admittedly, it's kind of a, you know, no-brainer that they would be coming out to be a little bit bigger right now, so, I'm hoping. But yeah, they be cute. Let me see. What is our next photo on this adventure? Oh, am I out of photos? Oh no, I should not be out of photos. I am out of photos. Oh god. Okay, that went by a lot faster than I thought it was going to. So yeah, so those are the photos that I had. Or at least those were the photos that I had prepped for this as kind of like my cute little slideshow. There's plenty of other photos. We did some other stuff after the con. You know, we all did a big, basically a big event dinner. And I'm sure we all got a photo after that. And then we went to Universal the next day and we got photos for that. I was working that day, so I only managed to show up to Universal for like 2 hours and then I had to dip. Admittedly, it probably would have been smarter for me if I would have just been like, hey, I'm gonna hang out in City Walk while y'all finish out. It's probably what I should have done. I didn't. But I mean, it works out. So, you know, we hung out and did some stuff, and, you know, leaving that last day on the 5th was so hard. But all of us were exhausted, all of us were tired, and I was like, okay, I guess I will go home. So yeah, it was rough, but yeah, theme park post-con is definitely rough. Definitely could see it on everybody. Everybody tapped out super early. Granted, we were also dealing with several injuries on the team, so I'm surprised everybody made it okay. That, you know, everybody is attempting to rest well. I hope all does really go well, and, you know, everybody kind of comes back and has really good memories, and, you know, we all do the thing. But yeah, that was basically the con. I don't think that there was anything that was like terribly exciting. Falling asleep in lines. Yeah. I'm surprised you guys didn't try and hit Mario sooner. Instead of waiting till like the middle of the day. But you know, it be what it be. Not everybody is a theme park veteran. I just know theme parks a little better. And I'm definitely able to navigate them relatively easily. But then again, they're also in my backyard, so anytime I get bored, or anytime during college, I was like, hey, I'm just gonna pop into a theme park for a few hours and call it a day. I remember before they had Harry Potter, before they had, Was it really? It was longer right when it opened versus later? Jesus Christ. That's insane. That's wild. I can't even believe that. Although, actually, yeah, I can, because they do special park privileges for Mario. So essentially, they open the park a little bit earlier for the people that want to pay the extra money to get on Mario early. Yeah. But yeah, I remember going before they had Harry Potter, before they had, Super Mario, before they had, a lot of the stuff that exists now. And you could go through Universal and do everything, see all the shows, do everything, and be done in about 5.5 hours. You can't do that anymore, and I'm slowly realizing that you really can't do that anymore. But Disneyland. Now that one I've got down to a science. God, the last time I was there, which was, less than a month ago, I think I pushed us to do most everything. We did something in every land. Hit all of Fantasyland, hit all of New Orleans. We did all of Adventure? It wasn't Adventure. Several of the lands, and then including California Adventure. Did basically the whole thing in a day. Granted, that's like an 18-hour day, and I know most people don't like doing that, but I'm a little bit of a psycho, so that's a lot of fun for me. But yeah, I mean, you learn how to do theme parks really fast. Yeah, it's hard. Disneyland is hard if you aren't experienced doing it, and there's really no good way about doing Disneyland if you aren't a veteran, or if you at least haven't gone several times. Disneyland is very much one of those things where you kind of have to hustle. You don't wait longer than an hour for any of the rides. And, you are constantly checking for what's going on and around. And I mean, we even sat down and had breakfast for like 2 hours and still managed to do most everything in the parks. And I was like, yo, we're jamming. So, I mean, we missed some of the bigger things, but anyway. Yeah, Disneyland and Universal and doing all of that stuff after a con is exhausting, and I am an idiot and just didn't take the time off. I didn't think I was going to be on the team. I didn't know what was going to happen, so when I asked for the time off, admittedly, I was only asking for the third off, and I was actually going to call out sick that day, and then it turned into basically everybody had taken the third off or was having jury duty or something. And I was like, okay, I can't call in sick anymore. Oh God, how am I going to do this? And so that's when I ended up, working a half day on the third. Oh, that was the third day. So that was swimsuit day. That's why I can't remember it, because I was actually working. So that's why we ended up doing that half day. But yeah, I mean, trust me, Disneyland trips, whole nother ballgame. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You typically want to actually start in California Adventure and bang out most of California Adventure first. And then, yeah. But yeah, I worked after the party. I did the party, slept for about 3 hours, got up, went and did my actual job remotely, and then got ready to go work the booth. So, Sunday into Monday, that is very much an enigma for me, because I have no idea how that existed. But yeah, so we did that. So basically, yeah, so I had 2 photo shoots before AX. We had Anime Expo, then we did the theme park, and then that weekend, actually this past weekend, we also did another photo shoot, which Mahu is a part of. She came and was like, hey, I want to, put together a shoot, or, I'm going to rent out this studio. Let me know if anybody's interested. We'll plan some time. Blah, 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 blah. I'm personally never gonna turn down studio time. I will be a broke bitch to pay for studio time because I don't self-shoot content. It's really difficult for me to. And also, I just don't like a lot of my self-shot content. So anytime I get the chance for studio, I'm like, you bet I'm hopping on that train. So she messaged us and was like, hey, I'm doing this studio this time, let me know kind of what the work's out. I'm glad we were able to adjust it and, basically book out that Saturday. And, get the studio together and functioning. And so I shot 2B and I shot Primrose from Octopath Traveler. So I have 2 other sets that I shot for Deviants. So I think within the, 2 weeks, give or take days, within the 2 weeks, I shot 4 CD sets. Technically, it should have been 5. I should have just pushed it. I should have pushed through, but I don't think a lot of people have the grindability as much as I do. And I didn't want to put Starlis or Smod in that position where, all of us were dead tired and you could probably see it on all of our faces and then have to go in and do a photo shoot after that. I didn't want to be that kind of person. I was trying to be nice. But yeah, it turned out to be, I shot 4 sets and we'll see how they go. I'm pretty happy with the ones that we shot this past weekend. I've gotten some of the photos back and I think they look really cool. I'm really excited about them. Yeah. It wasn't even a week before AX. Well, yeah, it wasn't even a week before AX because AX started Saturday and we had that shoot on Sunday. So, okay, so I had 5 days. I had 5 days between the Neon Studio shoot and Anime Expo. But the day before Anime Expo, we had a studio shoot. So I basically had 3 days of recovery between one shoot to another shoot, to then shooting Anime Expo, to then having another 3 days, and then doing another photo shoot. Your girl's out here grinding. Oh, thank you so much for following. Also, I'm super excited. Thank you also for coming to our shoot. I definitely am sad that I didn't get the chance to work with you. I'm hoping that I get the chance to whenever we cross paths again. Unfortunately, I know I will probably not be traveling to your neck of the woods anytime soon, and I know you probably will not be traveling back down here for mine. But hopefully sometime in the future we definitely get around because after watching you work and seeing all the stuff, I really enjoyed it and I love all the stuff that you do for Mahou, so I'm excited. Hopefully we get the chance to. Oh, thank you so much for following. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming out of the woodworks. But yeah, that's basically how Anime Expo, that was my before, that was my after. My before, during, and after, because Anime Expo is just a whole hot fucking mess. Everything kind of runs together. You kind of forget about a lot of things, but all in all, it went really well. I picked up a few things from the con, not a bunch. I managed, Yugi, bless your soul, managed to get my Valentine, and it's the shiny one. So I was able to pick up my card. Which I have the worst luck trying to get any of my cards. So I'm glad I was able to pick up that. And then Starlis and me, we did Artist Alley the first day. And I think the only thing that I picked up was I actually got a Switch dock cover of Pyra. Because she's so cute. Look at her. This is so cute. I think we did that. We did that the first day. Because then I did my exhibit hall the next day as Tamari. And Tamari was I was just trying to bundle and make sure that, I wasn't upsetting any parents as they were walking by. But, cause yeah, if you saw this come at you, if you saw any of these come at you, in the main exhibit hall, you'd probably be like, if you had kids. But bless, there was somebody I stopped at, I don't know what booth it was, but they had Paradox Live merch. And I adore Paradox Live. They are like another little, you know how Japan is just like super obsessed with their like VTubing and the like idol groups and stuff. Essentially, they have music being produced and it's being sung by voice actors because voice actors are super multifaceted in Japan. They basically form these little like collective groups. And Paradox Live, they actually have an anime coming out soon and I'm so excited about it. But I stopped by that booth, and it was part of something bigger, but I only just saw that they had Paradox Live there. And I was running around the con with no glasses on because I thought glasses were very much going to ruin the image. So I walked around very blind. I didn't have contacts on me. I realized I was actually out of contacts like the day before packing. And I ran to my optometrist and they were like, sorry, we don't have a backlog of, or the little storage for contacts and stuff anymore. So we can order them, but they'll be a few weeks out. And I was like, I need them like tomorrow. So I went around blind the whole con. Whole con I was blind. So I'm stopping at this booth and I'm seeing a menu, and then I see that the menu is a little bit bigger once I like hit inside the booth. You have the essentially the people that are working the booth behind the counter. And I kind of walk up to it and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I'm so blind, I just need to look a little bit closer. Thankfully, these are bigger images. And they kind of chuckle and they kind of laugh at me. And I'm standing there for a little bit and one of the workers behind the booth is like, hey, I really like your outfit. And I kind of looked down and I kind of looked back at him and I was like, oh, I'm working in the 18 plus area. And that also got a chuckle out of him. And I was like, yeah, we're doing a Naruto day. It's just, I'm trying to hide it from everybody because I'm pretty sure nobody wants to stare at this anytime soon. And, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think that was probably one of the better, reactions I had about walking through the exhibit hall that day. Oh, thank you so much for following. Thank you for coming by. But yeah, it was wild. It was wild walking through and seeing the different things. And I finally made it down to the entertainment hall the last day, which I'm so excited I passed by it, because the NIS booth. I am such a fan of NIS and the things that they put together. And I'm a huge fan of Disgaea, and I'm super happy that they have Vanillaware stuff. So, I might have done a thing, and I might have picked up the box set for Grim Grimoire. So I'm playing it right now. And let me tell you, this whole thing that they put together for it, I was not expecting what I got out of that box set, because it not only came with the game, it came with an art book, a smaller art book, the game itself, some art cards, a CD, a poster, some keychains, there was several things in this, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, are you sure? But then I also hit kind of like that threshold of stuff to spend at the NIS booth. So I also picked up some Disgaea magnets that are also on my fridge. But yeah, I mean, as far as it went, I didn't pick up a lot of things this year. I was trying, God, when you have a day to go shopping, you basically are like, God, I have to pick up everything this day. Which is very hard for me because normally, when I'm normally an attendee, which is not often anymore, but when I'm an attendee, I will go view all of Artist Alley and all of the exhibit hall the first day. And basically, after doing that, I will let my brain sit on stuff for the next few days. And if I remember by the last day, if there's something still in my brain that I'm like, hey, I remember this, I remember really liking this, I should go pick this up. If I'm having those thoughts, I basically will go pick it up. That's basically my brain telling me, hey, you really actually liked this item, and because you can't stop thinking about it, it's probably one that you actually want and that you can actually use. Having only a day to go shopping throws all of that out the window. I basically have to walk around, and as soon as I see something, I have to make this split decision on, God, am I going to get this? I have to get this. There's no other time. I'm not going to be shopping any of the other days. So I may or may not have been suckered into buying some other things. I'm just trying to think of what they were. I know I stopped at one of the BL booths and picked up a book. But it was a book that I'd actually already read on the internet because fan translations. So I basically got suckered into that one because I stopped at it and I was like, God, this artwork is so pretty. I know it from somewhere. And then I was talking to the booth attendees and goddamn, if they don't get you, they know. And I understand where they come from now. But yeah, I picked up that. I also stopped by a weapons booth. Because you know that there's several of these stupid booths up that have all of like the foam props, that have all of like the, very easy to see knockoff swords because they're painted in the wrong color. They've got, different color varieties, variations. There's something just a little off about them. I got suckered into one of these booths. And the only reason I got suckered was because it was the day of the party. If it wasn't the day of the party, I probably could have walked away. They had Pyra's blade at one of these booths. I sat there and it was the only time I saw it. It was the only time I saw it. And there were several weapon booths. And I was like, this feels super weird. So it was basically an instant buy. Admittedly, the thought crossed my brain. I have a bad tendency of... It's not my shiniest of moments, but my brain tends to... If I've got things in my hands, I kind of forget if I've picked up extra things in my hands. And that happened, and I kind of started to walk away, and then I looked down and I saw the sword and I was like, oh no, I gotta go back. So, I got suckered into buying a sword. I was actually gonna bring it out for the party. Ended up not. I thought I could use it to dance with, and then I sat there and I kind of started thinking about it, and I was like, this is a really impractical weapon. It's a sword, and it's not very big, but it's big enough. But it's not enough to make it a, like, full usable prop to, like, do anything with. So I basically brought it to wear for Pyra, and didn't end up using it, so now I just have a sword that I'm probably gonna shoot some stupid content with in my party Pyra, and pull out the sword and just have a field day with it. But I don't know, we're gonna see how it goes. God, give me 10 seconds. I just gotta flip ears real fast. Jesus Christ. But yeah, it's I think that was the only other item that I was like, should I really have gotten it? Yeah. I honestly, I was gonna, yeah. I think it's definitely gonna be a lot of fun. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet. I don't know where I'm gonna do it yet. I don't know if I'm gonna self-shoot it. I don't know, any of that stuff yet. But the thought is crossing my mind, and because the sword exists, and because I have it, I can definitely pull it out anytime I need it. But yeah, I think the only other item that I actually physically brought home with me was, I believe it was the first day. It was the first day. And so I had a sword in my hand. I was doing Otako. And so she's got swords. Yeah, I don't think you can actually see my sword in any of my photos. Actually, no, you can see my sword there. So I don't have her actual sword. I used this sword. This is my sword for Momo Hinamori from Bleach. And I don't have her sword, but I was like, this is close enough. It kind of fits the vibe. It still kind of has that katana-ish feel. It works. It's totally fine. Admittedly, I don't know if that's what triggered this person, or if it was just because I was the closest human being. So I'm talking to somebody inside the Deviant booth. It's, it's my shift. We're jamming. It's the afternoon. And I have somebody kind of listening in on what I'm talking about. And I kind of turn to them and kind of start talking to them a little bit. They kind of have their head kind of down. They're kind of mumbling. And they hand me a sword. And I'm like, oh, okay, like, you're just gonna readjust your stuff. You've got bags or something. You kind of just need to. So I kind of take it, and, I see him not really do anything with it, so I try handing it back. And he's like, no, you take. So I was like, are you sure? Like, okay, okay. And then he basically just turns around and leaves. But, like, as he's leaving, I hear him kind of, like, stop at, like, the entrance of our booth. And the guy mutters something along the lines of, I just don't want to carry it anymore. And I'm like, it's day one. It's day one, and you're already tired of carrying something. I understand it's the afternoon, but you're already tired of carrying it. So, after that, I kind of just go to the back of the booth and I just put the sword down. Yeah, I just got a random sword. So, this sword is, when I bought Pyra's, it was the same stupid place. They had the sword there that I'd gotten, and I was like, hey, whose sword is this? Like, because it looked like one of those knockoff ones, and I was like, let me just double check, make sure, because admittedly, I'm not super 100% on everybody's swords, for, like, what's canonical or not. So, I stopped by the booth, and I'm like, hey, whose sword is that? He looks over and sees the one that I'm pointing to, and he's like, oh, that's Zoro's. And he's like, oh, and we've got other versions of that, too. And I was like, okay. And he goes into this full spiel about Zoro swords. And I'm like, I just wanted to know the one. Because now I have one, and I don't know what to do with it. So, I have a Zoro sword. I've been looking to figure out a One Piece cosplay. I guess I'm halfway there. So, yeah, I got gifted a sword, because somebody just said, hey, I'm tired of holding it, so you can have it instead. So, I think that's probably, like, one of the most interesting stories I've ever had working a booth, is, people just get tired. People just don't want to carry stuff by the end of the day, and they're just like, here you go. Which I can't complain, because yes, their loss is my game. But now I have to figure out what to do with it, and it's now gonna, like, sit in storage until I can figure out a Zoro costume. Because I don't know what I would do. I don't know. And he's got 3 swords, and this is only one of them. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. So that's gonna be a fun one. Maybe I'll just see if I've got a friend that does a Zoro and see if they want it or whatever the case is. But yeah, that was fun. Anime Expo is definitely a con that's definitely interesting to say the least. Yeah, I'm pretty close to calling it a night too. So thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you coming by and chilling and hanging out and doing the thing. And yeah, that's basically it. I'm gonna stop it. What photo do I want to stop at to end my stream on? I think this is one of my favorite photos. We look so stupid cute. Yeah, thanks for catching the end and catching all the stuff. And I mean, I'm pretty close to calling it a day. But yeah, thank you guys for popping by. I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys stopping by and making this all very much. It is pretty close. It is pretty close. I'm pretty sure I still got some things in my brain, in my arsenal to talk about from Anime Expo and or the things surrounding it. Yeah, we did. Talked a little bit about the Neon Studio. I shot a set there. Talked about the other studio that's very much a pack rat studio. And then Anime Expo was a lot of fun. We had a good time. Party was great. Everything was well. Then we turned around and did our next studio 3 days later. Yeah. I mean, other than that, I've been very much just trying to hide away from everybody. I've needed my time to recover and kind of just take it easy and not move, not do anything with anybody, try and just chill out, take it easy, recover. Like, I got my voice back. I got my voice back not terribly long ago. I think it was back by the time that we did the photo shoot this past weekend, but it was gone for several days. I should buy stock in cough drops is what I've learned very quickly by working booths. With how often I'm talking, with how high my octave is, with where I'm kind of sitting, it's very much a, hey, I need cough drops. Those are the only things that manage to soothe my throat enough and make it to where it's not like that screechy, like, deep, scratchy, like, you get to listen to me go in and out for the next, like, 5 minutes as I'm doing my spiel at you. But yeah, I think all in all, Anime Expo went really well. I'm excited for next year. I don't think I could have asked for a better team to be a part of. Everybody was wonderful. It was great getting to room with Smod and Starlis. They're wonderful human beings. And anytime I get the chance to... I didn't meet her, but I do follow her on social media, and she's stupid cute, and I know you made stuff for her. I saw it. I thought that was so cute. But I do know that she was there. I think she was there with Senpai Squad. As far as I know. So I'm glad. Look at you getting everywhere. I can't believe that you weren't at AX to see this. Yeah, you were definitely there in spirit. I'm glad that she was able to take you there and get that taken care of for you, and you know, maybe next year you can actually visit. So I would say start saving now, because tickets are going to be expensive and hotel rooms are stupid expensive. So yeah, make sure you put together your budget for the upcoming year, because you're gonna need it. No, you should totally come, especially if you're gonna keep making props for people. AX is the con for, well, it's one of the cons for cosplayers and prop makers and stuff. So if you just come with like some really awesome props, trust me, you'll get a network. You'll get a network really fast. Yes, Katsu is like AX. Yes, they are both very cosplayer heavy. Yes. But I think you should do it anyway. Trust me. Trust me. Believe in the process. There's several different Comic-Cons. But yes, just trust me. Just trust me. But that's why I said to save. Save now. And start. I mean, admittedly, you could probably... I don't know how many more years AX is going to be where it is at the level that it is, and with as many cosplayers going as they go. Because as it sounds, most of my friends, most of us locals, ghosted the whole con. We said no to ticket prices and stayed at friends' houses. So for anybody that's out of state, y'all get to have fun. But I think it's definitely worth to experience at least once. But then again, this is also coming from me, and Anime Expo holds, like, the sweetest spot for me because it was my first ever con. And because of that, because I chose Anime Expo to be the first con to go to when I was baby, and it was basically one of those cons that I knew people very much went balls to the walls on. I was like, okay, I am gonna cosplay all 4 days. Granted, I didn't want to do wigs. I said no. And basically I cosplayed all 4 days. And then from there, it's enveloped from there. So without going to Anime Expo and being like, well, if I'm gonna do it, I gotta do it right. It holds a special spot. It holds a special place, and I don't think that anything, even if anything bad happens, which it happens every year, you know, I still think it's gonna be something I'm always gonna come back to. Anime Expo is very much just that. It kind of brings me back to my roots, which is super weird because that should not be one that brings you back to your roots. But yeah, I'm glad to see Anime Expo is like the first for a lot of people. First Expo brought 11 costumes. I couldn't even dream of that. I brought 4, and basically what I did is I cosplayed the same character all 4 days, but I had 4 different outfits. So I did Oikawa Toru from Haikyuu. And so I did the... I did the jersey outfit one day. I did the school uniform one day. I did his season 3 outfit when he's heckling in the bleachers. And then I did his 2-second screen time of his Gray's shirt. So I took all of his character costumes at the time and said, I'm running with all of them, and dressed up in all of them because I had said no to wigs, and I was like, I've got good enough hair to pull that off. I can make that work. It's a cute attempt. I have grown as a person since then. But I still have 2 of the 4 costumes to this day. And, you know, some days I'm like, oh, I definitely would love to revisit this. So it's things that I think about like that. So I think it's just really cool. I think it's really neat. And, you know, all of us have some, you know, background or starting story somewhere, and Anime Expo just happens to be mine. So AX is just, that's the con for me. That's the con. And I'm grateful I get the chance to now work it as an event and on a team, and, you know, do things with lovely human beings. And, you know, that makes all the difference, essentially, for a lot of these large cons, is make sure you just are with a good group of people. And if you're with a good group of people, literally nothing can go wrong. So take it and run. Take it and run. So that's basically Anime Expo. I was basically my before, during, and after. I'm now going to probably be at San Diego Comic-Con. I'm deciding what I'm gonna do for that. I haven't decided if I'm gonna cosplay or not. I might just go with something either super simple or just not cosplay at all. I can't decide which I want to do more. Because I'm tired of kind of bringing out the same comic book characters, and I don't want to get sunburned. So I was originally thinking I was going to bring out Katana from Mortal Kombat, and then I realized that it was San Diego and I would be in the sun. And I don't need another sunburn of her stupid diamonds along my chest. So I'm probably going to opt out of that one. It also feels like it's too hot for me to wear Shadowcat. So, because I am still very much an idiot and still have like that full suit and then dish gloves that go on top of the suit. So I'm like double layered and it's stupid. And then, I mean, I know I've always got like Gwen Stacy or Mary Jane to kind of fall back on, but I feel like those ones are always my fallbacks. So I kind of want to expand a little bit in the comic universe a little bit. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but Comic-Con's coming up in a week and a half. Still deciding on that, and then the following week I'm on a cruise to Mexico. And yeah, I'm done. That's that week I'm done. I'm on vacation. Y'all can't stop me. I'm good. But yeah, I'll probably get a prop from you soon. I will probably get one. Admittedly, I still need help with at least one of mine from Fire Emblem. But I know eventually that one will get done. Yeah, I props. I'm kind of running into a lot of my costumes need them, but a lot of them don't. And I'm trying to prioritize the ones that don't need them because I just don't want to do the props right now. I just don't want to do them. But yeah, I'll probably do something fun for Comic-Con. Admittedly, I'll probably go for like, I know I said I would probably go for the weekend, but I probably will only be in the area for one day. So that's why it's kind of very much up in the air, depending on how I feel. And admittedly, I'm probably going to bring like 2 costumes, and then I'm probably going to bring normal clothes. And I'm not going to know what I'm going to decide until the day of. Because my last minute planning is very much that. I very much am hey, I have a vague idea of what I want to do, but I don't actually sit down and do any planning until like 3 days before the event. Anime Expo is kind of the only exception, because those ones I actually do like to bring out new costumes for. Most of the other cons are very much hey, what do I have? What's basically done? What have I not worn to a con before? Jam, let's go. So yeah, that's how that goes. But yeah, I mean, that's basically, I've got San Diego Comic-Con, and then I've got a cruise, and that's my relaxing time. I'm not going to be doing anything. I'm very much off of cosplay for the little bit after that. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm hoping all kind of goes well, and you know, we just kind of jam and go about our days. So I'll probably check in next week. I will probably check in next week, before heading out to San Diego and kind of do another one of these streams. Admittedly, it will probably not include a fun slideshow of photos, unless I get like BTS photos from our photo shoots. Then I can be like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna go through and go show those. But otherwise, I'm not terribly pressed. But yeah, I think that's the plan. Is I will see you guys next week, and hopefully I'm not lying, like I tend to do. You can always check up on my Discord server. That's very much where I'm like the day of deciding, hey, so I think I'm gonna stream, and then, you know, during stream time be like, okay, so I might have lied, and I'll do it tomorrow, and then push it, you know, day after day after day. But otherwise, you guys can follow me on my cute little social medias that are up at this top little corner over here. That includes my safe for work and my not safe for work. So open them at your own risk. And yeah, I mean, I've got I've got other good fun stuff, but yeah, make sure you check out all the good fun stuff. I did have a new set from Cosplay Deviants release not terribly long ago. So you can always check that out. It was a Misty. Hey, there's all my links. Check it there. Check it there. That'll take you to just about everything. But yeah, I had a new set drop on Cosplay Deviants. I did Misty. So I think you guys should totally go check it out. Also, I have a free code. If anybody is interested, I have a free code that you guys can check out and check out all that good fun stuff. So just let me know. And just slide into them DMs and do the thing and just be like, hey, you got that link? I can send it. I can send it to you guys. But yeah, otherwise, I think I'm out. I'm out for the night. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and thank you everybody for following and subbing and doing the whole shebang. And you know, I love getting the chance to sit down and kind of have more of a conversation with everybody. I know I don't get the chance to do this a lot, but I'm trying to make this a weekly item to where I can just sit down, play games, and chat, and just be a part of a community that I'm trying to build. And yeah, I'm glad we at least had one mod. At least one mod was here. Bless you. Thank you so much for popping in. Yeah, make sure you know, catch bed or something or whatever, but yeah, that's basically it for me. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me at AX and joining me for all of my misadventures and all of this crazy nonsense that I put everybody through. But it always works out really well. So hopefully I see you guys next week. Next week is probably going to be more of a gaming stream. So I will see you guys there. In the meantime, you guys enjoy the rest of your evenings. So I'm gonna, you know, kick you guys out from stream in like 10 seconds. So good night, everybody. I appreciate you. You're all wonderful. Hey, you can also check this link for all my 18+ garbage. You know, doesn't hurt. So anyway, bye. Goodbye, everybody. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.